1 here. So really, hands start to get tired. 0 for 2, you're looking at 3 straight wins, otherwise elimination at stake. PlesseN wants to take the fight in towards site. Got to be careful because there are players running thick and fast. robiin, great start, and it's Julie's. The gift that keeps on giving for the CT side, as it's lots of damage, lots of frags. And this round over. Alliance looking strong here on the pistol, unless Topa, 12 HP, 1v2.
Yeah, absolute chaos ensues. Both of these teams hungry to get underway, and it's Avid which will finish things for him as well. Looking to just group up behind this smoke and explode into the site itself. First point of contact and should be taking them down one at a time. Catches a bullet to the side of the head from MICHU. xicoz one more. Upgrades to be found 3 versus 3, but robiin already present. Class is in session and Avid should be finding MICHU on the corner here if they don't. Last in donut, already aware defuse can be worked on. All wrapped up, decent money for IKLA to walk away with.
Oh, and a bit of extra damage. Draken's the eagle. Oh, finds 2. robiin holds his nerve and sticks to defuse, but 4 guns
punish some of this aggression. They're waiting for the extensions to be made and then cutting them off. At the same time, you're never going to win a tug of war against Alliance. The push and pull means that MICHU does fall and there's at least 1 back for the time being, but they do have a numbers advantage coming into B. Not the greatest of advantages, however, when you also consider that Alliance have read this again perfectly. The rotation called, now xicoz in a 1 versus 2. The better players for his team so far, and topples the beast on the AWP. Bodemaster gone, but no bomb, still alone in ramp. Seeing if he can catch Twist off guard in the 1 versus 1. Praying that an opportunity presents itself, but Twist the first to take initiative. But that doesn't so far seem to be coming in the form of flashes, for example. We're thinking more about trading mollies and placing smokes. Here they go, flashed into mid, but this kind of weaponry, you are clutching at straws. He takes 1. 1 is all, as the mid presence has evaporated, and you look now towards main for the rest of this round.
Wow.
Oh my god.
Good start from xicoz, but the numbers still level and over peak from Avid. And finally, it's a round that has a numbers advantage in your favor. Topa on the AWP. Crouch at the default. You should see the player out on plat, but Topa.
When you pick up the rounds, as long as you do, right? So, yeah, Alliance with a 9th, though, does change the tone a little bit before the side swap.
Good start for Twist, though. His M4 getting dirty immediately as he fires through the smoke to catch xicoz. So a 4v5 that they're going to have to learn to track from. Still got the AWP in the picture as well for the T side, which is an amenity that Alliance themselves could not afford. A nice push from Kvem in middle, but oversteps his mark a little bit as he finds himself dead to rights. Now about...
Yeah, not spotting anything on that B play either until it's too late. PlesseN's been taken down, and AWP also sinks a shot in middle. So Alliance really need to ramp up this retake effort if they go for it. robiin catches the right side of the smoke. MICHU makes a meal of it, so there was still a chance for something to happen, but that now solely relies on Bodemaster, who's gone 6 feet. All is said and done.
Aggression from xicoz is information, but no kill. Trying to further that 1-man advantage into something a little more spectacular.
Oh, the players walking into the site and all falling to xicoz. On for a pistol round. Ace here. We said at times IKLA look to play a little bit vicariously through their individuals, but with a round like this, there will be no complaints.
Yeah.
Twist position noted, and
nice.
draken will...
Whatever the outcome, as long as it falls in their favour, well and truly, game back on.
Yeah, Alliance, I mean, again, on a set of default pistols, this time the Glocks, and they'll have strength in numbers, but what else do they have? Okay, Avid's actually found the first. Weapon recovered. How much longer can they outlast? You've got to be kidding me! Avid, a couple more, and now Kvem 1v2. Twist position yet to be revealed, and already on the site. Alliance know all about this. How much more punch do they have to it? It's a bait and switch, and Avid's finished it off! 4 kills! Rotating through both mid and the T tunnel. Draken sat in mid, 50 seconds left. If you could pick him off here, there's still a lot about a potential pivot, and yeah, they'll do exactly that. Burden's found it, drops the bomb, goes to look and see if he was supported in this position. The answer will in fact be no, and yeah, they look to continue onwards. Kvem has done the entirety of this around the world. There's a boost on site, 30 seconds left. Bomb by itself on the flank. Burden has shut it down, but again, even player count. Gun's not the best, but Alliance not quite cracking the code of the B site play just yet.
And the fact that there's such little time left means they've got to get going. Bowden on his own, 1v2, and MICHU finds them. But
Alliance haven't done too much to actually push that back or sell presence before committing to the execute, falling back. A real mix of ideas, and PlesseN gets one onto MICHU. Star of the previous involvement over with in this one. Draken making advancements of their own, and again the CTs just enjoying this aggressive control, keeping Alliance down and out of the game, flooding the feed blue, but not before robiin has picked up yet another. That will be his final hurrah in this round though, as it is for the rest of the team. Now
angles, because with the other two being in donut, they can make a quick run to B if it is overpopulated, but no shots being fired from Twist. He calls that the site is clear, and the bomb plant will incur. Draken's going to be the first to know about it, but it's announced to everyone now that it's A, not B.
Yeah, I really love this read from Alliance. This is the kind of macro that I wish they were playing a lot sooner. Draken should be dead, slow peeking the angle, which Twist has covered. The numbers finally reside in an advantageous position for Alliance. They've had time to set up this post plant as well. PlesseN on the boost is a difficult clear, and one which MICHU can't amount to. Couple heads taken.
For this CT side, Draken is up looking over B, trying for information. Jump spot in. No, you need to be more to the left, my friend. I can't see to doors if you're standing there.
Yeah, 2-man boost, not going to reap any rewards. And Alliance, hearing that first shot ring off, perhaps baited to go for a boost of their own. And Draken now holding on to this as well. Some nice potential micro if things pan out for him, but that is careless by robiin. His own life not accounted for, few kills back, but Alliance will trail from the interaction cave. Rotate coming through on the IKLA side, and without Twist and any kind of additional map presence having fallen earlier in the round in mid, you've got to go off your remaining 2 players. The AWP is still at large, sole defender of the B site, but Avid is going to need quite the timing if they're to make something of this here, and the gun barrel will show first, the player second, and the kill comes in third. Bodemaster 1v3 takes the first and can get this planted with relative safety. Biggest issue is going to be Topa's flank. Repositions, almost aware of it. Util coming through, now knows about Draken still. Topa advancing, Flick not connecting.
Minute and 13 to see if Alliance could scrape to OT. Util dump is thick and fast. Topa on the defense, blind, hits one. Twist gone, backs away with his life as well. That's the most important thing to note. It's keeping that advantage that's so integral. Draken and his AWP posted towards Temple. He seems to know robiin there, but there's a Mac 10 also running into his crosshair. Draken doesn't miss, does he? Fires for a second and 3v3.
It's absolutely crazy from Avid to go running in there after. You see Bowden being a little slower to take that kind of space alongside robiin. Now CT fight integral to how IKLA get back in, and they'll win it. xicoz again and again, stepping up when it's needed. robiin, the IGL, he's clutched situations like this before, but with shots to the back and the front, there's no way about it for the CT side. No better place to begin this one, you feel, if they want to carry on from where they left off in what was a ridiculous turnaround on Ancient 13-11. xicoz, no other name you would expect to see involved immediate other than Kvem perhaps, but Alliance can finally bust the door down to the A site. Still players alive from IKLA's perspective deep here, and they'll look to try and deny them taking that space back and getting this bomb planted, but now all on Topa. Plenty to be done. Maybe even considering a rotate on the freeze. Alliance plenty of time to play around with from this kind of position.
Yeah, got to respect the start, of course, for Alliance. This was a map that we kind of felt like, similarly to that of Ancient for IKLA, where, you know, it's your pick, you've got to get the ball rolling here. You know, you want to be out of the gate swinging. And it's obviously the Alliance side that is willing to provide a moment to breathe, to exhale here as we meet the post plant. 1v3 still for Topa to try and win out. It's just so unlikely on happening at this point that I think this bomb is just going to be petering out. Maybe he goes down before.
But more importantly, it's now both rounds picked up, weapons kept, looking hot to trot, Alliance. IKLA can buy up 4 M4s, and this is where you start to see that util game be played. It comes in the form of a HP and a smoke broken. 2 for Kvem, xicoz 1 back, and all of a sudden in the 3v2 there is still something about this for Alliance. They are split up in position though, so Twist has to go huge.
Yeah, I think we know the importance of this round.
Or at least win his fight onto MICHU for the time being in Gen.
Yeah, that would have been nice.
MICHU has moved away quite selflessly, grouping up with Topa, playing this more disciplined. Molly onto the plant, and look, if the bullets won't take Twist down,
You know, the stakes that little bit higher.
Alliance are preparing for this B play. Slight split through mid when you consider Avid hanging away from the rest of them. Yeah, this will now have been the 3rd T-stair smoke of the round that xicoz will have thrown out, and when the util runs dry, so do the opportunities for him to win fights, it seems. Twist has the opening kill, and just from finding that one player, so much space given to Alliance here. IKLA can get a kill as Alliance continue to flood forward, but the smoke dropped this deep when PlesseN sat underneath it is a difficult fight back through, to say the least.
Nice from Kvem to find the opening. Now down to 3. Alliance probably a little more scared of what's to come. It's Bowden through the smoke that catches Kvem as he tries to emerge. Victor towards site. That bomb's still ticking, so someone's got to get a move on. Someone's got to do something here. And as you can see, this round, just with the more time spent.
This opening HE, speaking of utility, they are demonstrating a really strong understanding of how you should be playing your T side on Vertigo. First couple of rounds, so it's aggressive. They slow down the pace here, and maybe that favours MICHU because he's been able to find a couple in mid. Gives IKLA the numbers for now, but that can swiftly change. PlesseN inches and moments perhaps away from finding something there. This one entirely.
There's a smoke between them, otherwise he'd be a dead man walking. But to stick around is ballsy here, Harry, because as soon as that goes clearing, they are going to go check in this corner, and if xicoz isn't sharp on the trigger, he might just go down without a fight, and this would be all the hard work for IKLA removed as xicoz jiggles, doesn't see anything, wants to go again though, but opts against it, waiting for MICHU to give him a bit of supportive utility.
MICHU had backed up, sat in the flames, but nearly good for a second. The transfer not quite connecting. Burden has fallen, however, and Topa is continually walking forward. Drops the smoke behind him, showing a little too much, you would have thought. But Avid, not quite picking up the finer details of the exchange, or at least ready to pull the trigger in that situation. PlesseN's got a clear and spots out Topa near. A 1 versus 2 now with the first of the kills taken in the 1v3. Can get to the site before the rest of the players arrive, has some util to make it dangerous, but Kvem.
Look out the whole time. Like, I don't know how he doesn't go down, but beforehand, MICHU throws in a supportive molly, cares too much about his teammate's life. He overpeaks to try and trade and actually loses his life in the meantime as well, which cost all the B control. Thank God Alliance didn't push off the back of it. So, yeah, small notes to be taken care of here out of round 7 and into number 8. It's going to be a good mop up on ramp, and then a bit of casualties. Not just for one side, but for the other as well, as Avid makes it one with the D. Get a second. Topa gone. Avid 1v2, and he's done a hell of a lot of damage in the meantime.
Yeah, 3 kills already and some hefty repurchases for this CT side. It was looking like a round which would be over pretty quickly, but the Deagle Blaze sets things alight. And from those embers, can Alliance be reborn anew and maintain that advantage rather than conceding it on their half invest? Nothing picked back up for him yet. And again, even just a 1v1 against either M4 with the helmet. And Kevlar, I mean, you are clutching at straws here, Ryan, I think. It's got to be a headshot. Anything less simply will not suffice.
Yeah, as you say, straight to the dome piece to get the site clearance required. If not, the Deagle will be punished and noise being made. Lots of steps on metal. MICHU needs to run him down because there is no time, and they facilitated the plant. Sure, there's a kill, but hey man, extra.
Here again. Slowly making their way up ramp and having taken quite a lot of space away from IKLA. There's only a couple of players on the A side of things. You got 2B and then 1 aggressive in middle. Less than a minute left on the clock and no real control to call in a rotation. A looks to be the answer for Alliance, but the solution right now is Draken's op finding 3 instead. That is for something which they have no retort.
Wow, what a double from Twist. Has turned this 2v5 to a 2v3. A lot more stomachable for Alliance to go for, but at the same time, the problem is the seconds on the clock. Twist gets another, 24 of them left. This has been turned 2v5 to 2v2. Ooh. Twist is stuck at the sandbag, 18 seconds left. Robbins walks up short. This needs to be held by MICHU, and he does collect. Now that they're the last man sandbag, draken dropped in the bad, misses mark.
Yeah, draken with a bit of early impact here. The guy's been doing this for years and years, and just having a player like this as your chaser amongst everything else with, you know, Kvem fragging out on the rifles and then some more, it is a sight to behold. But even then, only just putting IKLA in a 1 versus 1 for xicoz. The star of the show last time out has fallen on hard times in Vertigo. I think might have just caught the footsteps of PlesseN there, but doesn't want to reveal his own position. Not too quick on the uptake. A 1 versus 1.
No kit.
And like you say, no kit, but ample utility and positioning given away. PlesseN has a lineup. Smoke renders it useless, but the bullets are sublime.
Another clue on how Alliance are going to close out a round. PlesseN flashbang off the wall. Nate goes in close towards B. xicoz tagged up. Incendiary as well. Might just land at the feet of the man with the SMG, and will. He's dead. Tries to get a smoke out to just give him some cover, but it just does not work out.
It doesn't feel like the control which IKLA are really fighting for in either extremity, either sort of main position, whether it's stairs or ramp. It's felt too coordinated. This is nice from Avid. Fakes the steps. He's going to clear the other side of the smoke, which has let one through in the form of Kvem. Both players have completely missed one another. Now this is interesting. Whether it delivers too much, I don't think so. Kvem hasn't actually scaled the stairs yet, so needs to walk back into view. And there is a chance that Avid will catch him doing exactly that, and unfortunately enough will be the case. So Alliance, they will get 7. He could probably say the same about the last map as well, with it having IKLA trailed for so long in that game. Here, they've had an opportunity to establish some form of a lead, but quickly snatched away from them by Alliance, hungry to prove a point that they still deserve to carry on in this competition, and more importantly, put themselves in a position where they can kick on from here. Master with a set of Julies, the favoured CT pistol for both of these teams, it thinks, or it feels. Pick your poison, because Twist has a dosage and Boden's is lethal. 2 more that'll be racking up here, which puts Topa 1 versus 3 on the Glock. Bomb out in the open and limited in terms of opportunities for finding something back, holding onto the smoke.
We don't always have to push off the back of it. Head spotted by Z. Oh, what? Am I insane, or did he not make any noise dropping down there?
Edge bug. Any Edge bug fans?
Just floating down.
Yeah, and it looks like right now IKLA are walking on air rather than thin ice. 4 versus 3, a little bit of order restored for Alliance here. Important kill that PlesseN finds, and a low HP draken is a happy sight for Avid, who will now be tasked with defending the site itself, already under siege, and an advantage back in the hands of IKLA. What can they do to close out from this kind of a position though? Topa catching some of those flames, but not quite eaten up by it, able to extinguish himself and set up xicoz, the only healthy player, to go for something a little extra.
Topa gets another. Boden, I think exit damage here would be quite
of their own. And xicoz sort of rolling things back a little bit there. You look at the kill distribution on the IKLA side, it has, not been great from them so far. Only player on double digits, or second player now joining double digits, is Kvem alongside draken. Big opening kill onto Master. Plenty more where that came from. PlesseN also falling early.
Nice from Twist. 2 though is a bit cheeky. IKLA should be stopping this push, but 3 players face 1 by 1. The 3v5 now flipped on its head, as it's IKLA that are going to have to work from the man down. And with 45 on the clock, MICHU and Kvem with only a smoke to share between them. This round feels all but done. There is space being gained towards A, but splitting your resources is not the way IKLA are going to be winning this round.
Yeah, only 30 seconds left as well, a bomb in the open, so important there as a jump in the feed, and MICHU jumps in to try and get something done. Kvem is found falling and concludes, and inside the opening 20 seconds, they've at the very least got an entry this time.
Bad start, this kill very important, and it does go the way of draken. MICHU gets on with his Galil as well. Feel like right now at least it's delaying the inevitable, but if you ever wanted to make a start, it would have to be in a situation like this. 3 players alive for it. Confident as this smoke fades. He's still jiggling with a 5-7. Looking at the headshot angle, 22 kills so far here on Vertigo. Looking to make it 23, but xicoz, nice shot. Avid trades. He's a bit alone on the side push, which allows for good timing. MICHU hearing the drop down. Tap of the bomb? No, it's a complete stick. He's faithful that the CT side have no utility.
Oh, no.
Massive miss from draken, but it's the T's that make up for it, and it's all on draken. 1v2 to close Harry. He's got to hit 2 nut shots and not take a single bullet worth of damage, and it's a great start, but it will not be a fairy tale story for IKLA. 13-10, map 3.
10. It is often the Swedish team's first pick. Starting the T side coming out of the 9th round isn't going to be the best position to get underway from. I think Kvem has anything to say about this with the Julies. That he does. Toppling 2. The totem failed. Twist 1 back in, but the B push entirely shut down.
Very nicely done. Got to be careful because the pieces are still moving on the chessboard for Alliance, but being a man down, someone's got to step up. It won't be Twist. Robiin looking to fill the boots. A push towards long means Avid gets 1, but a quick trade from Kvem leaves the big man in the clutch.
All on Robiin. the leader, IGL. First headshot coming out. Kvem is down. This repositioning short could be huge. 2 headshots on 2 different players. robiin, all you've got to do now is finish this one off. End what you started. Lead from the front, and in comes the first. The second denied, and so nearly picked up. MICHU 5 points of health and no time with a kit, like you say. He'll run away with the kill, but a big missed opportunity. Yeah.
With a minute left to go.
Alliance catch up on the A play, right? They are positioned to go for this one.
Catch up to speed is what this defense looks like. Nice shot from Kvem, but needs a few more.
Oh, and flashed up entirely. I tell you what, the rest of the team come through in their numbers. How are we even in this position? Avid and MICHU, Mac 10 versus MP9. Bomb still leaping away on the ground, but return to B. Alliance accelerating up Banana. It's the force of all 5 that will meet the M4 of MICHU. Flash coming in, deeper on the angle. Twist! Running and shooting, and PlesseN hand in hand. Bomb is planted, MICHU's down. More upgrades to be found, and I think we are finding ourselves in a familiar position once again, Ryan. Not unless xicoz has something to say about it, but immediately mouths it shut. Topa 1 versus 3, and he is ill prepared them both while they're delivering for us here.
Yeah.
Preemptive call on the rotate. Looking at the position of Burden Master, he has heard this. Not too sure if this is going to end up being a miscommunication for Alliance as they are steadily moving towards B. In fact, has noted that it is just the one. MICHU now caught in the middle of everything. Burden will confirm the kill, snatch the dog tags from around the neck, and follow it up with an immediately just as good kill. Now 4 versus 3, and finally, it feels like Alliance have a little bit of comfortability about them. Kvem still alive and kicking here though, and has wasted absolutely no time finding kills in previous rounds. The Molotov is pixel perfect, as are the shots from the AK, which fall to the forehead of Twist. Yeah, Avid can find something back for just a moment, but still draken is alive. 1v1, low HP on the body.
Alliance, because they finally break the curse.
And it is crazy. Still, there are Deagles in play, and Kvem's look good for it so far. Sure. Alliance have decided to call in an artillery strike on Banana this time around, though. And the only bits left of Kvem are scattered from either side of it. Oh my goodness, xicoz. Stop doing this to us, man. The P250's found 2 heads, and suddenly we're in an even man count. Weapons to be recovered. You can plant the bomb on A, but automatic weapons will filter through to the hands of the IKLA players, and they are chasing up the possibility of Twist here, and leaving absolutely nothing down to a guessing game either. Twist knows about xicoz. Relentless in pursuit. Draken something of his own. Wandering through apartments, they're a little more expectant of the long play. Molotov holds him back for a moment longer. Alliance can finally breathe to set up, and this should be Avid closing out the round as he will. Alliance to make a decision sooner rather than later about what they actually want to do here.
Time to work it out, but you know, actually executing their plan takes time as well. So, got to think on their feet, and the movements have worked out. It's a 2-kill trade for the price of 1. Start to pressure towards A even further, but Kvem and xicoz other ideas. That is such an important kill to find. 2v2.
And even with robiin finding that kill, it was the bomb carrier of Twist that got dropped in the choke. So IKLA, aware of this, looking over what might be happening. Kvem finds another as the recovery attempt is dead a couple rounds ago. We've seen them do this every single map so far, take an early lead. They were able to stay in front and close out Vertigo, but Ancient, the map which is keeping IKLA in this series, was what put us in to the decider of Inferno. Trades in mid, fights taken. xicoz on the XM. Shooting gallery for PlesseN. Avid dropped in behind, turns away just for the second, able to pick up and makes no mistake there while the smoke is a little wild. The bomb can get planted and it's all on Topa yet again.
Yeah, problem is, one round's worth of success is not enough to keep the IKLA economy.
For another kill. Strong start to the map so far from him, but like you mentioned, happy to concede long. Kvem watching over this position once more. Footsteps will be heard outside of B, and Master will ring off for the first of the picks on A. Kvem in the corner, hasn't hit all the shots. Burden's still alive, and he's managed to get away with his life as well. Through arches, pressure put on MICHU, low HP, tail end chased, and Burden connects on Kvem as he follows it up. Here is MICHU to finally respond. A 2 versus 2 with smoke out in the open. Twists finishes the low HP plot. Another this time. 3 different pits of fire open up in Banana. Twist just about on the edge of it and not taking any damage either. Not until the nade hits the top of his head, that is.
Done. Advantage kept, and not even just maintained, it is doubled upon. 4v2, Alliance can burst out B as they know the site vacant for the taking. Robin's cleared with that space, and the spam through the smoke does further damage to draken. Yikes. What a painful half this has been for IKLA.
Pain doesn't look like it's going to stop anytime soon either. Burden gives a little more security to this, and the bomb is turning away. Avid clears all the way out to library, but xicoz is in position to hold this mid-cross. Both CTs separated from one another and very much relying on their own instincts and abilities to get something done. 25 seconds left. Burden's got to make a decision with the bomb on his back. And Alliance, I don't really know, just festering around the map. Really drawing this one out as far as it possibly can be. Draken slowly creeping into position. Finally, the bomb getting tapped, but the first kill found, and oh my god, for a moment, there is a chance there where Draken kills the round entirely.
Bomb down, xicoz 1v3. Twist is holding a narrow angle with the big green. xicoz, if he goes walking into it, he will be dead. Twist knows he's got to stay alert. He peeks out a little wider, and xicoz gets the drop. With an AK in his hand, and still a 1v2 to win out. Bearing in mind, this is currently a kitless CT side. Boden's locked down the angle, and Boden has locked down the half. Desperation calls Alliance 4v4, but the problem is the map sits silent, so this Avid Robin crossfire needs to be good for a couple, preferably a few, and to be fair, 1-for-1 is good. Smoke drop close sight. Boden also giving support from long range. This is a bad round shape for IKLA.
Nice flash to get Avid back on the angle as well. Topa playing chase inside the site, but it's shadows that'll end up greeted by eternal darkness.
Out in regulation, or at least put up a fight, but they are adamant that OT is still a possibility. Harry, I'm not as much of a believer, to be honest.
Yeah. And you couldn't help but feel as such. xicoz takes out Master in apartments. No player in a position to follow it up. PlesseN playing incredibly close to the smoke. In fact, he's right in the middle of it. He's a bloody roadblock, and he's gonna take down one with him. Avid a couple more. 2 versus 2. Robin hanging on from behind as Twist lands on the scene, but doesn't make quite the mark he would have been hoping for with the M4. Robin can finish that one off, and it is a 2 versus 1 for xicoz, but still plenty about this, and he's hunting down the low HP player early. Now it's a 1v1 with equal machinery. Try and work the round for each player. xicoz catches the most of the early damage. It will be a 10-second timer if robiin is to stick the defuse here. Peeks out with just enough left on the clock to get any additional bankroll, you know, just buy it up, right? Spare no expense, all the luxuries to himself, because the IKLA of his team has called a pretty strong performance overall out of the rest of the pack. IKLA looking for one last chance, 10 of them to push this to OT, but I think we can forget about that before the possibility even arises. 4 versus 2, Avid again, 21 frags on map number 3. Nobody anywhere near him at this point in time. A lane of his own, and the timing just so damn good. xicoz will have a HE, but even that will not be finding its mark. Anything IKLA have tried so far just hasn't looked good enough. While draken has beaten the chase of the mid-player twist. It flashes him off the angle, and it's just all information circulated back to the rest of the team.
The sprint towards B is going to be one that the bomb will run first into. Robiin has dropped a smoke. Perfect place, perfect time. Flashbang through. Robiin tucks within it. This man's a genius. He is so smart. Makes a jumping noise, but still spams them both down. 14 kills for Robiin. 13 on the board for Alliance. And 1 win here in the main Swiss system.